Shit, we're back. Welcome back to Games versus Gains, where we're talking about games, and what the fuck? All kinds of things. No, I seen the little square button and it said muck. I didn't know what the fuck that was. Anyways, we're talking about games, and all kinds of things. We are your hosts. I'm SweetSauceBoss. We got Stelly007. Say what's up.
Hello there.
And last but not least, fucking Beast, Warrior Big G.
How?
I like that.
Wow.
I like that.
So this week we're gonna kind of shy off the gaming topic and go into something that Gilbert's super into. We're gonna talk about movies. Gilbert's a big movie buff, and we thought it'd be a nice way for him to kind of carry us through this podcast and share some things with us. And yeah, we're just gonna talk about like favorite movie genres. Like, what are you guys into, Gilbert? What's your go-to thing?
My go-to is action movies. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Want to expound on that?
Yeah.
You get there,
Action movies, just like all the 90s flicks, like the current stuff. Just, I don't know, it's the most exciting, like, captivating genre for me. I'm into like other like genres, like drama, maybe like some romance. If I sit down and force myself to watch it, I'll eventually get into it. But yeah, I don't know, just all the action stuff. It's cool to watch and it's fun to watch, and it like kind of it takes you away from reality and puts you into like a fantasy mode and gets you thinking like, damn, I wish I could be a badass like that. But yeah, it's yeah, that's my go-to.
Totally. Yeah, I understand that. Sal, what are you typically into?
Well, now that I'm not a scaredy cat anymore, horror movies all day.
Fuck, bro.
I love horror movies, especially during Halloween. I even watch the low-budget stuff every now and then. Other than that, comedy. I love Pineapple Express.
Oh.
When I really laugh really hard, I laugh like Seth Rogen, but we're not going to get into that.
We're gonna have to
And then
test that.
cop movies. Love buddy cop movies and military movies, just because, like you said, it's so cool to see what people could come up with. Like, half of the movies are based off of true events or stuff like that, so it's pretty awesome. How about you, man?
Yeah, I definitely like action movies, like Gilbert said. Big Sly Stallone fan. Big I mean, I didn't watch too much Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I watched a couple, but he's like a big iconic action star. Let's see. I grew up watching Bruce Lee movies, so like that was my first foray. I think it was what was it? No, it wasn't Enter the Dragon. It was Way of the Dragon. It was the one where Bruce Lee goes to Rome and he's helping his like family out with their restaurant over there. But there's like a gang of thugs that are like trying to take over. So he goes in there and he's like, helping his family. He's kicking ass and all this stuff, and it all ends with the fight scene between him and Chuck Norris in the Coliseum.
Beautiful.
Like that, dude. That movie was so like action packed. It had a lot of funny moments too. And I think I based a lot of like action movies that I've seen after around that particular movie. It had a good balance of everything. But I think, yeah, Bruce Lee movies, Jackie Chan movies, I love. I was probably too young to be watching any of those, but I've seen my first Jackie Chan movie I seen was Rumble in the Bronx.
Yes.
And if you guys seen that movie, like, it's not something you should watch if you're under.
Yeah, I remember there's like a scene of him like in his boxers, and he like goes down on the street to fight. And
oh yeah, so there's a scene in the movie. It's very it makes me like cringe thinking about it. But there was this part in the movie. I mean, spoilers obviously, but. He's like going outside because there's like a ruckus going on. There's like street racing, whatever, and people are causing noise outside. And he goes out in his boxers, tries to see what's up, and it's like this gang, the main gang of the movie, and they're like motorcycle racing. And he kind of gets involved. He like knocks one of them off, and then he gets chased into like a freaking alleyway with like a dead end. And what they do is fucking horrible. They like start throwing glass bottles at him, and like baseball batting like bottles, and it's like shattering all over the place. And he's like fucking against the wall. He gets all fucking bloodied and cut up and bruised and shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, it's rough.
I forgot
man.
how brutal they got.
I know. I didn't realize it until I was a little older. There's even a scene where they put a dude through a fucking.
They put a dude in a wood chipper, and they put him in a garbage bag, and he's like, "Here you go. Here's your fucking dude." And
oh, that's right.
I shouldn't have. That fucked me up. But the choreography, like Jackie Chan movies, are so amazing because how well he can put together a scene, make it believable, and he uses all these props and stuff, and like he uses it in a way that you would never think to use a prop, and it makes it so entertaining. And he does his own stunts, like that's. And he's still alive, like that. I won't jinx it.
He has like he has a permanent hole in his head
from one of the
when
stunts.
He did.
Was it Armor of God when he like jumped?
Armor of God.
Between the trees and he fucking fell, and he has like. If you see all of his stunts, man, like I love watching him just because like he takes his craft so seriously that he wants to get the perfect take. Like I can go on. Like there's this take where I don't know what movie he was in, but he was like doing a play off of like a Charlie Chaplin movie or some shit like that. He's like hanging off a clock tower, and like he has to like let his grip slowly, let him fall down. And he falls through like 3 awnings straight onto the floor.
That was Project A.
Project A, yeah. So there was a stunt. He did that. He has to like fall off the clock tower. Like
I think he like fractured his back or something.
Dude, he did that take 3 different times. Oh my god, man. I don't know, but it's for the sake of entertainment. It's crazy.
Yeah, even he has his own stunt team where he'll like actually they wear padding, so like during the fight scenes and stuff they actually have to like hit each other. So like like none of the punches are pulled either. They hit each other. They hit real.
Like Hong Kong. I've heard Hong Kong like cinema. They really go in. Like same with them. Donnie Yen from the Ip Man movies. That's how he operates. Like they don't pull any punches. Like they really go ham, and you gotta take it. And that's what makes the movie so like visually like visceral, like the fight scenes and whatnot. Ip Man series is a really good one. Action movie. Let's see. But I mean, I grew up watching those, but then I grew up watching, Disney movies too. I like The Lion King. Fucking, one of my favorites.
Dude, I love The Lion King.
Dude, like if you don't love The Lion King, fuck you, bro. Like, there's no way you can't love that movie.
Dude, that's where my love for like revenge things came from.
Really? That's interesting. Yeah. No. Go expand upon that.
Dude, so
that was my first drive-in movie.
Oh, wow, okay. Wow, that's interesting. That fucking movie came out like in, what, 93? 94?
Like
95?
Oh, man, I want to say, wasn't it? Yeah, it was something like that.
Like 95, like 96. I don't remember, but wow, that's pretty interesting.
That's legit.
Oh, sorry, so we kind of cut you off, bro. Yeah.
No,
but you were talking about revenge stories and stuff.
It was 94.
Damn.
No, that's literally it. Like, I realized that's based off of Hamlet, basically.
Oh.
And then I got really into Hamlet, and then yeah, that's it. You know, there's not much to it.
Yeah. Freaking. One of my favorite movies growing up was George of the Jungle, with Brendan Fraser. I don't know if you guys watched that, but like,
hell yeah,
dude, it was way too many times.
It was my favorite like VHS. I would watch it all the time, just because like they have like a narrator in the story, and he's like explaining everything that's going on, but in a funny way, and like he breaks the fourth wall, so it like gets you more invested into the movie. And like they had the like talking gorilla, and I don't know, it was like if you haven't watched it, like even as an adult, it'll be an enjoyable experience. Damn, I'm running out of breath. Fuck. But yeah, no, George of the Jungle. I don't like, but after that, like I haven't invested myself into movies as much as like Gilbert has, like, because he's a big movie buff. He quotes movies constantly. And I know it's a quote, and I'm just like, I don't know what it's from. Like, we're just like oblivious to it. We're just like, wow.
And then I'll try to get you to watch movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think now more, I'm more open to watching movies just because, like, what the fuck are you gonna do in a pandemic? Like you gotta stay home and but yeah, like. I don't know, what do movies mean to you, I guess? Like, I know you kind of explained a little bit. It's like a fantasy kind of escape.
Yeah, it's like escapism. It's escapism and it's storytelling. It's just been, since I was really young, it's been probably one of my first forms of like storytelling. I just like sitting back for 2 hours and getting engrossed in what the story is and all the twists and turns and all of that, and just like some are predictable, but then there's like a rare really good movie where you don't know what's gonna happen, and then it just has you on the edge of your seat, and then like you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking about school, you're not thinking about all your problems and crap. It's just it just takes you away, so you just enjoy the story and the characters and the action and all of that.
That's
and
super
then I think growing up I was kind of introduced to a lot of probably like PG-13 and R-rated movies from a very young age, so there wasn't really much restriction on all the stuff that I watched.
Yeah.
Like, I think I remember I was probably 3 or 4 years old when I first saw, like, Jurassic Park.
Oh, shit.
So I watched that, like, when I was very little, and then growing up, they came out with, like, the sequels and everything, and then when we got after I was born in 91, so once we passed like 95, we started getting into 96, 97, 98. I started watching all the like Nicolas Cage action flicks and Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan.
Hell yeah.
Even some Jet Li movies, like Hong Kong Jet Li movies.
Yeah.
And I think a couple of the big ones growing up was like, especially like Nicolas Cage. I watched The Rock. It was like Michael Bay's second movie.
It's with Sean Connery, right?
Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, and like Nicolas Cage is an FBI chemical weapons specialist, and him and Sean Connery's like a ex-British spy who's been imprisoned by the U.S. for espionage, and he's supposedly the only one who's escaped Alcatraz because a group of rogue Marines take Alcatraz and the tourists hostage, and they set up chemical weapon rockets and threaten to launch them into San Francisco unless they get compensation for the families of Black Ops agents that have died. Because like Black Ops soldiers, you know, they don't get any recognition, or their families don't get taken care of because they have to deny their involvement and employment and everything.
Right.
So the commander gets pissed off and takes hostages and is like, I need money, but then like stuff happens and the soldiers are like, fuck all this, like I don't care about the money for the families, I just want to get paid. And so there's like a whole internal thing. So there's like two different sides that develop. There's like Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery trying to fight these rogue Marines, and then the Marines they eventually start turning on each other, and it's like hella crazy. But that was a pretty good like action movie. That was like one of my favorites growing up. I think that was 96 or 97. And then the other one was Con Air. I loved Con Air.
Oh, dude, that's a really good one.
Yeah, there's so much that like me and my family always remember moments and quotes from the movie and just stuff like that. And then another 97-ish one was The Fifth Element. That's
I love dude, Bruce Willis is he slept on, man. Well, not slept on, but I do love Bruce Willis movies for sure.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Yeah.
Fucking Die Hard's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Forever gonna be a Christmas movie. I don't care what you think.
Dude, like I remember when because I never watched it before, and Gilbert, we had no, it wasn't a Die Hard marathon. I think I just watched the first movie.
Just the first one.
And dude, like I sleep on a lot of movies. Like I've been to Gilbert's house, and we started watching more movies, and like that was one of them. I seen like Jurassic Park at his house. Like a lot of the classics. The movies that everybody should have seen, I guess. But like Speed, I've never seen Speed before I went to his house with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock. I was never really into movies, but like watching them now, it's like I see what Gilbert's saying, like when he's talking about like, you know, escape of like storytelling. Like usually I find storytelling in video games, like the big cinematic ones, like Metal Gear Solid. That storytelling kind of like hooked me, and I never really got that from a movie, so like that feeling as strong. But I can definitely relate to that for sure. Sorry, I cut you off, Sal.
I didn't have anything to say.
No, shit. Have you watched Star Wars? Have you watched any of those?
Bro. I remember watching those on VHS.
Oh yeah, dude, I have like the VHS of the original trilogy.
Fucking that's nerd alert! No, I'm just kidding. I know, and you were gonna like tie me up and force me to watch all that shit with you.
Yeah, one of these and then days. You kept saying, "Man, fuck Star Wars," and I'm like, "Fuck
so
you,
background,
bitch.
I've never seen any Star Wars movie. I don't think I plan to, just because it's a whole shit that I like. How many movies is it? Like 9?
Yeah, there's like
like
9 movies.
There's like 9 movies.
And then there's a whole bunch. There's even all the animated series and other series and stuff there's like a whole lot of canon shit added to it that's not like separate from the movies.
Yeah, like that's a lot to get into, man. Like I'm already into a lot of stuff, but like I don't know, that just seems super like, I don't know, I'll hold off on it. Oh, you know what? Another fucking movie franchise you got me into was Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
That was the one that we marathoned.
We marathoned the whole Fast and the Furious shits.
Yeah, up until I think like 7. It was right before 8 was coming out?
I think we watched 8 too, because that one we watched like half of it, and then I sent you home with like the the DVD.
So you know what? I think we watched up to 6, and then I watched 7 by myself. And I watched 8 by myself. That's what it was. We watched I think 7 of them, and now there's a 9th one coming out, which I don't think I'll catch. But because I don't know if you've seen the trailer, but it looks ridiculous. It looks like way over the top.
Shit out of
that. But John Cena.
But yeah, you know what? I might watch it just for John Cena.
That's supposed to be John Cena's bro.
Yeah. He's like his I don't know, younger brother that's like trying to take him out or something. But you know what? I totally forgot about that. Was it?
Heard rumors they're eventually going to go to space.
Yeah. Didn't like Ludacris have like a tweet? It was like, yeah, we're going out of this world or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's going to be a little bit too much for me. But the first movies were sick. Oh, you know, I think we didn't watch Tokyo Drift because it was like not like part of
that
it was like a prequel, I guess, or like a side.
It's like story. It's a total side story that introduced a character, and then for number 4 and so on, they went backwards and set them in between 2 and 3.
2 and 3, yeah.
So like everything through number 6, like 4 through 6, take place between number 2 and Tokyo Drift.
Oh yeah, 2 and
then 7 and 8 and then the other ones take place after Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, that is.
So it's a little confusing there.
Yeah, not too crazy.
But yeah, those movies definitely go for like the spectacle, like it's all action, but they just kind of keep with a theme. Like they have a whole theme behind it, like the theme they keep sticking with is like family. You know, there's jokes on that too, like it's all about the family.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna say something. I freaking hate the Fast and the Furious movies with the burning passion. I think they're the dumbest things ever. 1 and 2 were good.
Okay.
And that's it.
I think you just... Oh, man. That's crazy. Okay, well, at least... Have you... You know what? They had the spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw. I really enjoyed that movie.
Oh, yeah.
But only because it was like... You know, they established those characters like Luke Hobbs and Shaw, whatever his... fucking
Deckard
name is
Shaw.
Deckard Shaw, whatever. But they established them in the movie, and they already had this like opposite kind of like masculine, toxic, like bro kind of thing, where it's like they're pitted against each other at all times. And it's like one of those like buddy cop movies where you know they find out they have more similarities than anything by the end of the movie. By working together and facing like a greater threat.
The other guys.
Yeah, pretty much. So I really enjoyed that movie. And I think I really enjoyed those types of movies. Like Rush Hour. That was a one that I didn't.
And then I think you kind of enjoyed the whole Samoa part of that movie
too.
Yeah,
the shouts out to someone. You know, I'm someone. So shouts out to someone, people, motherland, all that shit. But it dealt with family. Even in that side movie, or the spin-off, they dealt with like the family thing, and it kept it in line with the what's up.
I liked how you said it was like hella accurate, where the part where the mom threatens to whip the shit out of all of them with the chancla,
you know what?
Then like all the big ass guys are scared of the mom.
Moms are nothing to fuck with, bro. Like, no matter how big you are, they're gonna whoop your ass. Like it don't matter. But yeah, I dig those. I'm trying to think of other, like, not buddy cop movies, but like kind of like there's 2 main leads and they kind of play off each other, you know?
Probably like the classics like Lethal Weapon.
Oh, dude, those are
I've never seen those movies. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was probably like.
Dude, Gary Busey versus Mel Gibson. Amazing. So, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, Mel Gibson and Gary Busey fight on Danny Glover's front lawn.
Wait, Gary Busey? Like...
Yeah.
That
I don't know what else he's in right now.
But he does like commercials and shit. Now he's like a crazy ass man.
Yeah, Amazon Fire Stick shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So they're fighting on the lawn. There's a fire hydrant like that's busted and pouring all over them, right? And it's a great fight scene. And at the end, Mel Gibson puts him down with a triangle, and it's beautiful. Like, love the first one the most. The second one's pretty good too. What's the line he says at the end, Gilbert, when he shoots the guy who's like diplomatic something something?
Oh yeah, I have diplomatic immunity, and I forget the line, but
there's another fight scene at the end there too, right, where the dude's wearing like the spurs on his boots and he fucks up Mel Gibson.
Yeah, he's like, dude, he got stabbed and fucking beat the shit up. Like,
yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. And then,
sorry, I got really excited there.
Yeah, no. Get more excited about, like, I don't know, what kind of movies excite you. I know you're into, like, you know, the stepmom movies and, like, the ones with the horses in them. And
what are you talking about? What?
You know, help me, step bro, I'm stuck in the dryer movies.
Oh,
you know,
no, whoa, okay.
I was joking around, but
it's like my favorite buddy cop movie is Two Guys and One Girl.
Oh, what the fuck?
You guys are too much. But we're going with movies we like when we grew up. So let me retract a little bit before I get ahead of myself.
I forgot the
Let's see. Oh, dude, I went to every Lord of the Rings movie when they came out in the theater.
What?
I went to every one of them with my grandpa.
Dang.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Damn.
So I don't think too many people know this, but there's an animated version of Lord of the Rings that came out like a long time ago before the actual movies, right? And I used to watch those as a kid, and they're kind of dark because they're like 70s style drawings and stuff. And I remember I binge watched those cartoon movies like one day when I was really sick and I had like a fever dream about Lord of the Rings. But I freaking love Lord of the Rings.
Damn, I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah, they're really good. And then of course I like the Hobbit movies that came out way later. Dude, you talking about Bruce Lee earlier got me thinking about Jet Li a lot.
Yeah.
And like in the early 2000s, how he was super popular. He did that movie with DMX, Cradle to the Grave.
Cradle to the Grave. Oh yeah.
Dude, that was amazing. Romeo Must Die, one of my favorites.
Yeah, that movie's dope.
I like how during the fight scenes, like they did the X-ray shots when they broke bones and stuff.
Oh.
And then Aaliyah was in it right before she died.
Yeah.
That classic song in there.
Yeah. And dude, freaking love that.
I just remembered the line when he shot the dude. He says, "I have diplomatic immunity," and then he says, "It's just been revoked."
There you go. That's it. Dude, you came in clutch.
Perfect. Yeah.
And yeah, I couldn't do horror movies as a kid. But now I'm all about it. I love the Halloween movies. I have all of them in a box set. Rocky movies.
Ah, dude, love Rocky, except Rocky 5. Fuck
yeah,
that.
we don't talk about Rocky 5.
It don't exist. It's Rocky 1, 2, 3, 4, Rocky Balboa, Creed, Creed 2. That's what it is. I love that, like, underdog story movie. It's like, you know, he comes up, you know, he's got nothing to lose. He goes for it, you know. It's nice.
So it's Rocky 4.5.
Yeah. Oh, dude, and who could forget about Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Oh, right? dude. Van Damme.
Lionheart. Universal Soldier.
Desert
Shit.
Bloodsport. Kickboxer. Come on, don't sleep on the boy.
My big one was Double Impact.
Double
where he
Impact.
plays twins.
Yeah.
Like the clean cut one, and then the street bad boy.
Yeah. That was probably my first boner when he has that fantasy sequence of his brother fucking his girl.
What the fuck? Let's get rated R.
Oh, wow. You know what the best Jean-Claude Van Damme movie is, though?
Huh?
Street Fighter. The movie. He plays Guile. He plays the most American blonde-haired, blue-eyed, like flag on the shoulder, tattoo shit.
The thing is, he plays it well.
No, he doesn't. That was a horrible casting, bro. But he made the fight scenes look really good. Like he knew how to do the little flash
kick. Who could ever forget that Ken is the dude from Blood In, Blood Out?
Oh yeah. That's right. You were telling me about that.
Oh man,
dude,
I never seen Blood In, Blood Out yet.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. I was trying to look for it, but they didn't even have it available to rent on fucking Amazon.
That's duty, bro.
Like when I looked it up, I was like, "What the fuck?"
It's a long movie too.
No. Yeah. But they say Jean-Claude Van Damme comes from like an actual fighting background too. Like he was a real life karate champion and shit.
Yep. That's what made all of his movies so entertaining to watch, because he can put on a choreographed fight scene and make it look really, really good.
That helicopter kick and those headbutts,
dude. Yeah,
like classic. Or the throat chop.
You guys,
like the I don't know what part of that your hand that is, but he basically like cups their neck.
Yeah. It's just like,
you guys gotta get on Amazon and watch the Amazon original show, Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
He plays himself, right?
Yeah, he plays himself, but it's like his whole career is just a cover for like a secret agent career, and that his secret agent name was Jean-Claude Van Johnson, and they do a rip where he's saying like he considers his only gift is like his true talent is doing the splits.
You
know what? Not a lot of people can do that, so that is definitely.
You guys see that commercial where he's doing the splits on the semi trucks?
No, I haven't.
Did two fucking Mitsubishi trucks.
It's.
I'm gonna put a little clip right here. Just
you gotta watch it
because I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
I like my favorite line from the show is when he's sitting in a it's like a dry ramen bar, so people eat like dry ramen and they just flavor it with a bunch of shit. And the waiter comes up. He's like, "Yo, can I get some water for my noodles?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a dry ramen bar. You just eat it like that." And then he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, "Wait, are you?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's really me." He's like, "I don't." He's like, "Do you still do stuff? Like, are you still making stuff?" He's like, No, I'm retired." And he's like, "Oh, like not on the big screen, but like like the direct to videos." And he's like, "No, like I'm actually retired. I'm not Nicolas Cage retired."
Oh, big digs. Damn. That's a lot of shade.
But then the guy goes, "Oh shit! I thought you were Nicolas Cage."
Oh.
That hurts.
That's a good setup. Whoever wrote that joke,
was the funniest shit.
Whoever wrote that joke,
dying.
That was really good. It kind of threw me off. Do you guys? I know it's a loaded question, but do you guys have any favorite actors? I know we kind of like went over, like for sure, everybody that I mentioned, I love their work. So Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Sly Stallone, freaking Van Damme. Who else was I into? I like watching the older movies too, like 50s, 60s era kind of movies. So I'm a big Marlon Brando fan.
Oh, nice! Yeah,
I love watching all of his old, like A Streetcar Named Desire. Like they had a play and then they made a movie out of it. And that was my like first Marlon Brando movie, and like freaking, I love him. I love the way he can like put on a face, like good acting, man. Like I love how he can just kind of be a whole different person, and like again do the storytelling. I like, Audrey Hepburn is cool too. I love watching her movies, like Breakfast at Tiffany's and fucking there's so many movies that she's done. But I kind of like that whole aesthetic, kind of like everybody looks like super done up and proper and like classy and shit, you know. But yeah, all the older 60s 60 genre movies. I'm trying to think of like favorite actors right now.
I got it.
Clint Eastwood. Clint
Clint
Eastwood.
Eastwood. Okay, yeah.
Dude, Dirty Harry movies.
Oh yeah,
I love those. Those are like beautiful cop movies, right?
Yeah,
and then the spaghetti westerns. Oh man.
Man with no name.
Yes, dude. I have my guy kind of like dressed like him right now on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me zoom in on you. Oh, I see you.
Clint Eastwood, Mel Gibson. He's I like Lethal Weapon. Payback is really good. Another, I can't remember exactly what it is.
Remember?
Do you remember that movie, Gilbert?
Or Payback?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was I actually know a little bit on that. It was Payback is based. It's like adapted from a novel, and
it's very Max Payne like, right?
Kinda. He plays a thief who his best friend and partner gets his wife to turn on them, and his wife and his best friend shoot him and leave him for dead, and then he's like coming back for revenge to like kill them and then get his money back.
Revenge.
Yeah. And then that was a cool little, it was like a darker kind of like action flick.
Yeah. And
that movie, it was actually, I think, changed up a bit from like it was based on a novel, and they changed some stuff from the novel, like the character's name, like Mel Gibson's name is Porter in the movie, and in the novel the dude's name is actually Parker. And later on, it was like, I want to say it was 2012 or 2013 or something like that, they actually came out with a movie with Jason Statham called Parker, and that it was a Jason Statham and Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
That is actually adapted from one of the Parker novels. Like, it's true Parker. Like,
that's
so
legit.
So it's like the same, technically the same character, just like he's actually called Parker, and Jason, it's like the same kind of. Yeah.
No, yeah, I love Jason Statham movies, bro.
I forgot he was in that movie with Jet Li, War, right?
War, yeah. Oh, bro. Okay, dude.
That one's really good.
He was in the one too with Jet Li.
He was in the one.
Oh, that's right.
The one, dude. He slept on, but he's like
around.
He's Transporter movies, fucking Crank. Oh, Crank. Oh yeah, Crank too. Dude, yeah, he's like the fucking badass, like British, like fucking action actor that can like do a lot of like drama acting as well. What was that one movie he was like a I don't remember. It was like a heavy, I don't think it was like Homefront, or it was like a heavy dramatic, like
I think it was
movie.
Redemption.
Oh yeah, it was Redemption.
Yeah.
So he showed like he can be more than just like a badass, you know, witty kind of actor, dude. I've seen him in the first movie I saw him in was I think it was like his first movie besides Snatch. It was Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrel. Yeah, Two Smoking Barrel. That shit was wacky too. If you haven't seen that, it's the same dude, right? Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah. So it's like if you've seen any of his movies, kind of like the same. It's the same style, but yeah, he's really good. Dwayne Johnson is good. Sorry, I was cutting in, but I missed a lot. Dwayne Johnson, like coming from like wrestling entertainment and like becoming an actor naturally just because he was a showman. I mean, wrestling's all about the spectacle and storytelling and showmanship and just like putting on a show pretty much. And The Rock, when he was there, he put on he made me want to stay up and watch wrestling because of it, the way he talks, his promos, his swag, like and now he translates it to movies and acting, Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors. I mean, like he's playing like the same kind of role for like the past 10 years, but like I think he could pull off other roles too, but
oh dude, he can.
But yeah, definitely Dwayne Johnson too. Sorry, cut in. Go ahead and
my third, I don't know, I want to say Ethan Hawke. He has
he does.
He's a pretty good actor. Yeah. He was in Sinister. He played a really good part. Training Day.
Yeah.
Training Day.
Him
and Denzel.
That was gonna be my pick. Is Denzel.
Yeah, he's really good.
Denzel, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino are my top three.
Damn! You have a top three. Holy shit! Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought we're doing. Top three.
I don't have any. Like, I didn't have any numbers. I was just throwing out people that I like. I can't put them into categories, But like, you guys have it down pat for sure. Damn, that's really
Ethan
solid.
Hawke, he could do just about anything, in my opinion. He was the dad in The Purge, which, he kicked some mad ass. That movie made me so pissed off because. For a while, I was like, "Fuck kids! They fuck everything up." And then, but he made a badass comeback in that movie.
Yeah.
And then, go for it, Gilbert. Please.
But yeah, I still want to see. He came out with a series recently. It's like he plays it. I think it's like, I don't know if it's based on a actual, I think it's a true story. He plays like an abolitionist guy in like the 1800s. Fuck, what's it called? I'm trying to look it up right now. It is the Good Lord Bird. He plays an abolitionist named John Brown, and it's like him, he's like freeing slaves and stuff in like the 1800s, I think. But that looks really good. And then Denzel is my favorite actor because he's like probably one of the most versatile actors that I've seen. Like, he actually he pulls off every scene he's in, like, dramatically. Even when it comes to like more physical roles, like action roles, he'll actually train himself to like do the fight scenes and commit to learning how to do moves and shit. And like it was for the movie he did, The Book of Eli. He actually did training in like martial arts from I think his name is Dan Inosanto. He's like a Bruce Lee protege.
Yeah, he was in
Game of Death.
Game of Death. Yeah, he was the dude with the kendo sticks.
Nunchuck.
And and nunchucks too. Yeah. Sorry, go
ahead. But yeah, he did, like, he trained Denzel for the fight scenes in The Book of Eli.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah, and then like my favorite, I think probably one of my favorite movies as of recently is the Equalizer movies, because it's like the perfect mix of like a drama movie. It's like a drama that just it's not like a straight up action movie. They're dramas that happen to have action in them. And then, because the dude's like a, you know, he plays like a former Black Ops, like CIA assassin. And then he, you know, he's hella badass. He can scan a room and look at the different weapons he can use that are like not meant to be weapons, and he can think out everything and time it. Like he times himself, and then he can like look at a room and be like, okay, I can do this shit in like 16 seconds, and then he fucking like whips everybody's ass. And then yeah, so I'm really hoping that they come out with like a third one so they can like at least round it off into trilogy, because they have 1 and 2 so far. But yeah, I like Denzel. I'm still waiting to see, because his son is getting into stuff now too. John David Washington, recently he's in a new movie that came out called Tenet. It's like a...
Oh wait, that's his son?
Yeah, that's Denzel's son. Yeah, so I still want to see that movie, but fucking COVID has the theaters on lockdown and shit. So
dude, don't
it's
remind
been...
me.
Yeah, it's it's been rough.
Yeah, not being able to go to movie theaters and shit.
Yeah. But I'm trying to see that, and then like the other ones, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro. Al Pacino. Oh, I got a soft spot for Al Pacino because when I was in 8th grade, our English teacher had us do an assignment where we had to write a letter to a celebrity of our choice and ask for an autograph.
Wow.
So I actually got a autograph picture back of Al Pacino.
Oh, no
shit.
way!
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I still have it. Like my mom has it locked away in her, her little like document safe in her room.
That is
but yeah,
dope.
that was hella sick. And then Robert De Niro, like both of them, they're like have a very diverse amount of like roles they can play.
Oh yeah.
Like you know, they can play the straight up villain, they could play a bad guy who you root for. They have
not to cut you off, but Robert Downey Jr. Not Robert Downey Jr. Robert De Niro. They both start with R and D. Anyways, Cape Fear and Taxi.
Oh,
those
Taxi. Oh,
yeah, Taxi
I love
Driver.
Taxi Driver.
Yes, they're Taxi Driver.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Dude, those are amazing because he plays freaking like a psychopath in both of those, and he does an amazing job at them.
Yeah.
So
convincing,
I definitely agree.
Yeah, and then yeah, he does like, and then he can play like the ultimate, you know, he can do action, but then he can play like hella good characters, like I call it like the ultimate protagonist, where he can be like that really good person. Like the one that won me over was this movie he did called A Bronx Tale, and he plays the father of he plays the father of this kid that's getting like drawn in and influenced by this like local mobster, and he's like the dad trying to keep him away from the mobster. And there's like this really cool scene that I liked where he's telling the kid like you know, I want you to stay away from him, and like, you know, he gets mad at his kid because he's not listening to his dad, and he gives him like a little smack, and then he's like, you know, like and then the kid's just like, Sonny, like the guy was right what he was telling me, the working man's a sucker. And he's like, you know, the working man's just like, he says it takes anybody to pull a trigger, but the working man is the real tough guy. Try seeing him get up for work every day and make a living every day, and see if he can do that. The working guy's the tough guy, not the gangster. And then he's like, you know, like, what I don't understand though, like, people love him just the same that they love you, like on your bus that you drive. And then he's like, you know, no, it's not the same. People fear him. Like, people don't love him, they fear him. Like, there's a difference. And then that scene was like, you know, and then, you know, like, when he's at the end, he's explaining everything. He, like, you know, gives his son a kiss on the head and, like, carries him down the sidewalk, and he's, like, telling him, like, I'm sorry for hitting you and stuff. And it was like a serious, intense moment.
That sounds like it's gonna tug your heartstrings, bro. Like,
yeah, dude, like, I almost cried in that scene.
Oh shit, like, what?
Yeah, like,
that sounds like it, dude.
Yeah, it was kind of, it was like on par with the Rocky Balboa scene where he's talking about, like,
with his son, right? He was like,
yeah, that was like, it was a scene like that was like hella legit and hella real, and man, it shows he can be like a, you know, he can do a perfect good father and like care for his son and stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, or hold up, fucking my mom's trying to text me to tell me to take the dog out.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. We got about 5 minutes left.
And I got kicked out of the game.
For being idle for too long.
Shit, man, yeah, dude, Gilbert.
I said we can maybe we can end it here, and then
we'll pick
we can
up.
do like a part 2.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2
like right away.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
I will be right back.
Yeah, he'll be back. We're gonna cut this one. Okay, well, it'll be like different. I don't think we need an outro for this one, since we're just gonna.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
just like in the name of the Terminator, I'll be back.
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
The man's closed it.
I'll be back
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, dude, we're gonna get into an anime one for sure. I have a lot to talk about. I could probably do a podcast on my own talking about anime. But yeah, we'll be back. I'll cut it here. We don't need parting words, so. All right, I'll stop it here.